Great peace, Shakoki. I was just listening to Devon talk about the energy sector, and he was saying that the way the oil industry is ran like a cartel. And it is, cartel. It means you don't ask and you don't tell. Um, but this is the thing that got me right, because a lot of our people, right, they go to these gas stations and they buy the oil and they get it for their cars, called gasoline, diesel. Um, and these people, these Muslims, right, these Muslim gas stations, right, they get paid. They get paid a lot of money just to sit behind a plexiglass, and to hit the register and to hit the oil um, levy to put the gas in a car from the gas station attendant window, right? And this is my thing, right? Why don't people just use city buses? Why don't people just use city buses? Like clean energy, right? Clean energy. What is clean energy, right? Means, it's ran off a battery, it's ran off of lithium, right? Um, you can recharge the battery. You don't have to constantly go to a third party in order to get this substance, right, that fuels the car, the oil. Um, when I was living in Minnesota, right, I would use the Twin Cities transportation, right, and I would get around on the train system. And the train system, right, it wasn't ran off of oil or gas. It was ran off of battery. And you can get across the city very fast. You can't get across the city very fast in an oil compression box because the way it's made. Like you can get around very easily with a battery system um, because it's more contained and it's more compressed. Uh, Oil it bubbles, So like if you hit the wrong turn or something like that, the oil it can leave the vehicle. It could it could evaporate a certain way. It can do all type of things, right? It's just not a safe zone. But that's not really what I want to talk about. I really want to talk about like how this system that we live in um, has allowed Arabs to dominate and sort of take over the trading windows with just oil and made this this sort of thing that we see right now exists. Um, are electric vehicles going to be a thing of the future? I think they are. I think people are going to be riding in electric vehicles and coming home and charging that battery up. They're not going to be going to gas stations no more. Most of the shootings and most of the disagreements and most of the human interaction in neighborhoods come from people going to gas stations. So if a person get into a argument or something like that, it probably happened at a gas station. You don't want to go to gas stations. Um, the market right now in China, right, is clean. So like when people are traveling here, they're traveling there and they're getting what they need and stuff like that. They're doing it on bikes, they're doing it on mopeds, they're doing it on electric bikes. They're doing it on all type of things that give like a different energy sector. As opposed to a gas sector. They're doing it with lithium, cobalt. They're doing it with mineral. You know what I mean? So like you don't want to use gas. Like gas it not only contributes to pollution, but it brings a certain audience that you don't want. So I would encourage people, like, if you have a Robinhood app, go on Robinhood and invest in clean energy, because clean energy is the future, and we need clean energy in order to access different guardrails in order to, you know, do what we have to do, as far as like taking out other investments. Um, you know what I mean? So like, you don't want oil in your economy, invest in clean energy. You know what I mean? Invest in clean energy. So that's what I want to protect, and that's what I want to champion. So you all remember that, and take care, enjoy your day, be positive, teach others new things, and that's what I wanna encourage people to do. Great peace, Yakoki.